What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 6th of June. It is Thursday morning here on the East Coast. We're taking a look at Turbo slash Tether. So this will be the meme coin Turbo cryptocurrency. And the ticker symbol for this will be TURBO USDT. This will be the Tether pair. This will be a daily chart. OKX will be where our price data comes from on that exchange. Welcome to the channel, guys, all of the new subscribers and everybody who's been around a little while. We have Turbo sitting up 7.42% this morning. A lot of my watch list over on the right hand side. Besides Trump Cat, nothing is really up too much here, at least when it comes to cryptocurrencies. We have the only thing. We have Soxl, SOXL is up 13%, but that is not a cryptocurrency. That was yesterday. What's going on here with the price of Turbo? What can we kind of expect moving forward? And share some of my thoughts here, guys. So yesterday for Turbo, we had another daily lower low. So the previous day was the 4th. We hit lows of 60020. The 5th of June, which was Wednesday yesterday, we hit a low of 58073. So this thing is continuing to make new daily lower lows. We still haven't taken out the low over here from the 30th. That would be 55000. So that is good. So far today, the 6th of June, we have not taken out yesterday's low. That's a good start. It would be good to see if we take out the highs from yesterday. So that would be 64,852. So far, things are quiet. We don't have a new daily high. We don't have a new daily low. Markets are up currently 5.3%. So things are quiet here. So according to the chart, we have a pullback here to a higher low. We have a lower high. We have a higher low as of yesterday. Which comes next, guys? Do we continue to go lower or do we get a higher high? So something I'm looking at here on the charts and something I was thinking about here this morning is similar to some other charts. So for example, Aerodrome, which just did this, I think it was yesterday. These lower levels could be in play as support before the markets are ready to continue higher. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that, and maybe I'll show you the chart, is there's a good chance that this low will be taken out. So that wouldn't be ideal because you'd be putting in another lower low. But this is a support level right here at 0.052350. And that could come into play here. If this market continues to make new daily lows, lower lows, we're really not too much further away from that first level of support at 52350. But like I said, not ideal, but hey, you have to deal with what the market gives you. Okay, the market doesn't listen to what you want unless you're pushing the buttons. Why isn't it ideal? Because we already have we have the higher low. We already have the lower high. That would give us another lower low. That would be a change in trend for, back to the downside. Doesn't mean it's going to hold. It could be short term. And then we could potentially go higher here. So some things I've talked about in the past, I'll mention them again here. Sometimes you'll see markets take out either major levels to the downside. So for this example, that would be right here. So we would be taking out this low. And instead of continuing a trend to the downside, they actually will run below that level and then actually go in the opposite direction. So it's almost like a double bottom. It ends up being like a shakeout for whatever the reason is behind it. you'll see that from time to time. Not every major breakout lower or higher above or below important prices leads to a continuation in that direction. So for example, just because we break below that low doesn't mean we're just going to, continue lower. We have support right here. That should act as market support for at least a period of time, at least a little while. I don't know how long it will last, but it could end up being, the bottom, and then we end up rallying all the way back up here to the all-time highs and so on. So that is possible, guys. Again, keep your eyes on yesterday's low. That price is, once again, for this chart anyways, 58,073. Let's jump off the charts real quick, guys. I'll be back to the charts. I want to show you something here. If you did not know, you can buy Turbo, Turbo, on the Uphold platform. So not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go buy this, but I've used Uphold since 2017, 2018. So it's been a while, and I've personally had good luck with it. There's actually a lot of cryptos and other assets on here. There's a link down below if you want to check it out. But yeah, it's a very easy way to get in to Turbo and other cryptocurrencies. So it's the Uphold platform. It's not any loops you have to jump through and stuff like that and exchange certain cryptos for this and that. You basically hook up your banking and all of that, and then you just go in and buy, for this example, Turbo or whatever else you want. So if you didn't know that, hopefully now you do, and you can check it out. There's a link down below, guys. Anyways, back to the charts. So that's a scenario that we're in here, is that we take out the lows and we head to the support level at 52,350 before potentially heading higher. I also want to mention this, guys. The lower this goes, okay, assuming it's going to break out again at some point, the lower this price decides to consolidate, this is just an example. I'm not saying it's going down here, okay? The lower this goes and the longer it takes, assuming it breaks out higher again, the higher it will go into space here, guys, okay? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, okay? Not perfectly, but you understand what I'm talking about. So I wouldn't get too upset with how far these things consolidate, because these deep bases can lead to an even larger upside move. Okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's no guarantees here in the market. So far, we have a top in and we haven't taken out that top. So we have to first start by doing that. And that is all the way up here, just below our 102,237 upper target. Looks like our highs for this chart were at 98,491, just below the 1 cent. So a couple takeaways here is we want to watch yesterday's low. Once again, 58,073. We want to watch the lows over here, 55,000. If those two are taken out, we should find support at 52,350 for Turbo, for this Turbo cryptocurrency. I want to go show you an example of that taking place in a different chart real quick, and we'll come back to this. Let's go to the Aerodrome chart. Okay, here's Aerodrome right here. Aerodrome, very similar chart, okay? We had the big move higher, although we hit our resistance level perfectly. On Turbo, we didn't hit our 1 cent level. We have a major low right here on the 23rd of May, okay? Markets kept pulling back, putting in new daily lows, lower highs, lower lows. But what it did do on this day right here, which would have been the 4th of June, it took out the lows from the previous day. It took out the lows from over here on the 23rd. It went down to its lower support level. For this example, that was 106,420. it found support there and started to tick higher. Now, we don't know if this thing will continue higher or not, but so far it has. Okay, we had a little up day yesterday, 1.62%. So far today, we still have a daily higher low. We have a daily higher high. We'll see. It doesn't look too strong right now, but if we start to get a reaction like this, it would be completely normal. But the point is, we took out the lows and then started to rally. Again, I don't know how long this will hold, but for a period of time, so far it's been 1, 2, 3 days, we are above the lower support level at 106.42. If we go back to the turbo chart, if that looked something similar to what we just looked at on the Aerodrome chart, that would be basically taking out those lows, maybe a move down, and then we find ourselves up in this area. We'll see what happens. Just an example. If it plays out, you'll be able to watch it real time. If you weren't aware of it, hopefully now you are. What's another scenario that could play out here? Another scenario is we don't take out the lows. We don't take out yesterday's low, and we just, for some reason here, for whatever reason, they decide to push the markets higher. And then that would be another major higher low. We already have one higher low on the 30th, and that would be another higher low. For example, if today's lows hold, we'd have another higher low here. This would obviously happen if the markets started to go like this. So that's a couple scenarios that could play out here for turbo. How far do you want to look into it? That's really up to you. You can go as deep or not as deep as you want here, diving into these charts. So far, we have some upper targets up there again at 102.237 and then 121.067 for right now. But keep in mind, the deeper this base goes, the higher price targets we will have above the market. So if you're looking for those, that should be exciting to you. We'll see actually what plays out here. But so far, we are continuing to pull back, and we are nowhere near our all-time highs. We're actually, according to this here, we are roughly about 58% to the off the highs. Turbo cryptocurrency could do anywhere from 70 to 90% pullback from the highs. Why or where did I get that number? Guys, that's what it's done in the past. From the highs to the lows, 70 to 90% corrections. So it's very possible. 58% is, it's a good start, but it could go much further. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you are not yet joined here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up.